Hello and welcome to our Midweek Thoughts. It's good to be back with you again. Today I'd like to tell you a story that is based around South Africa, where many of you know I grew up. It started in August 1487. Bartholomew Dias left Lisbon in Portugal with 2 caravels and a storeship, and he was appointed by King John to find a route around Africa that led to the riches of India. So Dias sailed straight from Cape Palmas to the mouth of the Congo, then kept close to the shoreline until he was off the Namibian coast. About New Year's Day, 1488, a gale hit his ships and blew them south, past the southernmost tip of the land. For 13 days, terror and panic gripped the hearts of the men. On February the 3rd, Dias bravely pointed his ships towards the north, and he began to notice that the shoreline was not where he expected it to be. He realised that he had found the route around Africa. So after stopping for supplies, he turned around and made the journey home. When he arrived in Portugal in May 1488, Dias showed the king his chart. He called the southern tip of Africa the Cape of Storms because of the violent weather that they had encountered. But King John had the name changed to the Cape of Good Hope, for he knew that even though the waters were very dangerous there, they also brought a promise of great opportunity. The name Cape of Good Hope stuck, but it is still sometimes known as the Cape of Storms. As I hear the rain pounding down outside and the thunder and lightning putting on a show today, I am very glad to be in a warm house and not in a boat on the water. And it's much easier to focus on hope than storms when we are safe and warm and not tossed about. But in all elements of life, we can focus on the storms of life, or we can search for the hope inherent in the challenges, experiences and adventures of life. Hope is a powerful force, and it arouses your mind to explore every possible angle. It enables you to overcome daunting obstacles, and it's absolutely essential to the life God wants you to live. It is the fuel your heart runs on. It is the single biggest difference between those who persevere and those who give up. Hope is what makes couples say, "I do," without any guarantees. And sometimes, after promises are broken, it is hope that helps them pick up the pieces and try again, knowing it can get better. It's why composers agonize over a score and artists over a canvas, believing some glimmer of beauty will emerge from the struggle. As an old man, Henri Matisse was crippled with agonizing arthritis, and when asked why he continued to wrap his swollen fingers around a brush every day, he replied, "The pain goes away, the beauty endures." Labouring to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo grew so discouraged that he wanted to quit. But every morning hope pushed him up the ladder to fulfil his magnificent vision. Hope is what made Abraham leave home without knowing where God was taking him. It made Paul challenge the powers of Rome. Psalm 71 tells us, "You have been my hope, my confidence since my youth." That's not blind optimism, but faith focused on God. Hope in God. As we in Aberdeen have returned to lockdown, for some that has brought real pain, no longer able to see or hold grandchildren or visit grown children in person or meet friends we have missed. But we know that sometimes we have to go through tough times to emerge on the other side triumphant. We know that it is our actions now individually and as a community that determine what the weeks and months ahead will be like. We know that lockdown might well be necessary to control the spread of infection when it starts to take hold again. But just because our heads might acknowledge the situation does not mean that it isn't hard sometimes. It doesn't mean that we aren't struggling with the limitations on our freedoms that we were just starting to enjoy again. This pandemic is a storm we must endure, but it also has so many elements of hope. We will get together again. There will be a vaccine. We will look back on 2020 with varying emotions. We will have different memories. We will focus on different aspects. Will we think of being really busy or bored during lockdown? Will we think of the neighbours we helped or were helped by? Will we think of the community spirit of kindness and support? Will we focus on the storms or the hope in 2020? Jan L. Richardson wrote, "Of hope where we had ceased to hope, hope amidst what threatens hope, hope with those who feed our hope, and hope beyond what we had hoped, hope that draws us past our limits, hope that defies expectations, hope that questions what we have known, and hope that makes a way where there seems to be none. Hope that takes us past our fear, hope that calls us into life, hope that holds us beyond death, and hope that blesses those to come." In the midst of ordinary life, in the midst of suffering, as the shadows of this world fall away, we shall see the true reality of God's love underpinning all reality. In the end, these three remain: faith, hope, and love. Be blessed this week. We're going to sing hymn 511, "Your hand, O God, has guided."